Alright, guys, let's continue on with the horror movie marathon. I'm going to be talking about 2007's Trick or Treat. So, this movie is wild. 2007, I was in seventh grade. I'd never seen this movie, never heard of it. So, I am just now watching this for like the first time. So, last night, it was my final movie that I watched. I watched Oculus and then The Last House on the Left, and then I watched Trick or Treat. So this movie's great. It's not so much a horror comedy, but there are some comedic elements to it. I honestly think of it more so just like a horror movie, but again, there are some comedic elements to it. I really like this movie. I like how you see all the different points of view of you see like the teacher played by Dylan Baker, and then later we see his next door neighbor. We see his point of view, and we find out that he is tied into the legend that the kids tell about. When they're trying to scare that girl about the bus driver who drove these kids to the quarry and killed them all because their parents were ashamed of them because they were like all special needs. So like their parents got a bunch of money together and they paid this bus driver to like get rid of you know what they call them, their dirty secrets, which is they're being ashamed of their children. So we find out that the old guy is the bus driver from that legend. And basically, we find out, later on down the line, once they're trying to scare that girl, they're down there by the lake and they see the school bus and, they scare the bejesus out of this girl. And then they just reveal, like, hey, it's just a trick, because they're in costumes. And then she wants to get out of there, so there's like this little elevator that takes you up and down to the lake, and basically they hear screams, and then she's like, okay, they're just playing a trick on me. And the boy, who's kind of like on her side because he doesn't want to torment this girl anymore, so he's kind of on her side, and he's like, okay, I'll go check it out. And then there are these students who are basically like the monsters, but they are the students from the legend that died in the lake, from the bus driver driving it off the cliff. Although it was really like one of the kids who got loose from his restraints and he wanted to go home and he was scared, so he accidentally drove the bus into the lake. But anyway, I guess the legend was real, and these kids, they enact vengeance, man. Like they tear those other kids apart, and the little scaredy cat girl, she's not having it. She's like, I'm not going to be fooled again. So she takes the elevator up, and you know she's out of there. But yeah, I thought it was interesting, just all these different little stories on like a Halloween night. And then you had Anna Paquin's story, which she's the chick that plays Rogue in X-Men. Like, I watched the X-Men movies back in the day, but I had never heard of this movie. And basically, in her story, it's like her sister and her friends, they're going to a Halloween party. They're trying to find dates to this Halloween party, and they're trying to get Anna Paquin laid because they say she's a virgin. But um, when they say she's a virgin, what they really mean is that she's never gone full on vampire and sucked a guy's blood out, because it's revealed that their dates to this party were basically just like their feeding source, because they're actual vampires. And then there's like some werewolves that are there as well, and that was wild. Like, I would have never seen that coming, because she's walking down in the woods and she's in her little Red Riding Hood outfit, so obviously you have this satire going on in this movie. and the guy with the vampire teeth attacks her, the guy we saw earlier downtown, who coincidentally enough actually is Dylan Baker, who is the teacher who was, harassing, assaulting people, as well as putting potassium cyanide in his candy. So he's actually the one that assaults Anna Paquin. And yeah, that was just a bad move on his part because she's a vampire and he had his fangs in, so he was not a real vampire. She showed him the real thing. And yeah, so he got his just desserts. But anyway, this movie was really cool. It was fun. It was interesting how they have all the little different stories. I thought it was a good movie, a great time. I think this is one I will definitely watch every Halloween from now on because it's just so fun. Like, I just like it. It's really good in my opinion. So again, like, it's a satire. There's some comedic aspects to it, but overall, really good. I really liked it. So, what would I give 2007's Trick or Treat? Um, I'd say a good 8 out of 10. So, if you guys have not seen this one, check it out. And yeah, that one just flew under my radar. I had never heard of it. So, 2007's Trick or Treat, really good movie. I enjoyed it. It's nice and fun, and it has everything you would want in a Halloween movie.